Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen and another Sunday morning in the Old Cookbook Show. Today we're going to do something out of the Metropolitan Cookbook. This was published in 1918, so right at the very end of World War I. And the recipes reflect shortages and rationing quite a bit. The book has this overarching theme of helping you to eat healthy with less and choosing the right foods to eat healthy. So today we're going to make salmon loaf. And I think this is a very interesting recipe because it can be made with tinned salmon, something that is readily available to most people and relatively inexpensive, at least here in Toronto, if you choose wisely and pick them up on sale. So we're going to start out with, I've got a cup of scalded milk, and to that I'm going to add a cup of breadcrumbs. And those are breadcrumbs left over if you're baking bread like everyone else, just like we are. And like so many cultures that use stale breadcrumbs in recipes, it's a way to extend one meal by using up what's left over from another. And I'm using pink salmon because it's usually relatively inexpensive. But I suppose you could use any kind of tinned salmon. You could use probably canned tuna if you wanted as well, because there's nothing in here that wouldn't go with tuna at the same time. So this is one of those places where a lot of people differ. I am the kind of person that puts the whole can of salmon in and crushes it up. Bones, skin, everything. I eat everything that was in the can. But I know a lot of people aren't down with that. So if you're the type of person that needs to take the bones and the skin out, feel free, go right ahead. Totally up to you. That is not me. Also calls for some salt, so I'm going to put that in right now and mix it in as I break down the salmon. Now the next ingredient is a half teaspoon of onion juice. I don't know about you. I'm not going to cut open an onion to try to get a half teaspoon of onion juice. So I'm going to substitute. I had a green onion hanging out in the fridge, and I just chopped it up real fine, and I'm going to stick that in. That is the kind of substitution that I think is perfectly fine. I don't really understand onion juice. I mean, I know what it is, and I know that you juice an onion. I don't know why you would have onion juice on hand that you could just suddenly come up with a half teaspoon of it. It doesn't seem, I don't know. It seems kind of weird to me. Maybe you have onion juice in your fridge at home. Let me know if you have it and what you use it for. I looked it up online, and you know, when you Google onion juice, all you come up with is a treatment for losing your hair. So who knows? Next in are eggs, and you separate the eggs. So I'm going to put the whites over here, and we're going to froth them up later, and the yolks are going to go in with the salmon. Okay, so beat these 2 egg yolks in with the salmon. Okay, the breadcrumbs and the milk go in. And we'll stir that together. It also calls for a squeeze of lemon juice, and I just so happen to have a squeeze of lemon juice. So, squeeze in just a little bit, and then mix this together. Okay, now we'll whip up these egg whites. Okay, now fold the egg whites into the salmon mixture, and just like you always do, I'm going to put about 1/3 in, mix it in fairly vigorously, and then fold in the final 2/3. This initial stir just kind of lightens the mixture and makes it easier to fold in the rest. So now we fold. Okay, now into a pan. The recipe doesn't say what size pan. It doesn't say how long to cook it or the temperature. It just says a moderate oven. And one thing that I have learned from going through all of these old cookbooks is that there really is no standard for moderate oven or slow oven or hot oven. In the books that have appendices that use these terms, and this one doesn't have an appendice that tells you the term, it's all over the map. And from the comments section, I know that it's all over the map as well, because everybody will tell me that I'm an idiot because I've chosen the wrong temperature, even though I've chosen the temperature based on the appendix in that particular cookbook. So there's a multitude of different ranges, depending on probably where you lived and the time period, the exact time period from the cookbook. This one just says moderate oven. I'm going to go at 350 because 350 seems to work with so many things. So in it goes.
Hey friends. Hey Glenn, I can smell that salmon loaf as soon as I walk in the door.
Salmon loaf.
On this side. I can tell just by the smell.
Not a fan of salmon loaf?
No. No, there's something about it that just brings me, I don't know, childhood trauma. Somehow. I don't know why. It just...
I don't really remember having it that often as a child. Creamed salmon on toast.
Oh, no. No. We've discussed that. No. Perhaps
this is essentially an omelet with salmon.
Okay.
What I smell is the egg.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, essentially flavorless because there was no to very little flavor put in.
Nope, just enough to make it
salmony. Okay.
I think I'd need about 10 more flavors to mask it, and that would be okay.
So I like it. I actually like it. Julie obviously does not like it. So we're 50-50 on this. But I would say you could put some ground black pepper in it. You could up the amount of onion. I don't know how a half a teaspoon of onion juice was going to flavor this. You know, cayenne.
If you're like me and you got to mask the flavor, there'd be, you know, some pickle and onion and all sorts of other flavors in there to kind of balance it out.
Some of that isn't really masking the tuna flavor. It's complementing the flavors. Yeah. So I enjoy it. Julie doesn't. This really is a recipe of its time. You know, this is 1918, end of World War I, rationing, shortages, people trying to make do.
Well, yeah, it's a can of salmon. You've now taken one can of salmon and you've created, you know, a serving for everyone in your family.
4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
You throw down some peas and a couple of other vegetables, and you can feed 4 or 5 people with 1 can of salmon, and some leftover dry bread, stale bread. So, chicken might like it. Do you like it, chicken?
I don't know. It's a 50-50.
So, thanks for stopping by. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you again soon.